everyone, and welcome back. Have you noticed how many days are left? Because I have. That's right, it's the 30th day of John Locke already. And on the 30th day of John Locke, Moff just gave to us Water is Wet, among other things. And now here's Jules with more.
John Locke is in 2 fucking days! And Water is Wet. Whoo! Oh my god. Okay. Apparently, Sherlock is coming back, and I think it's high time that we start to panic. It's been so long, and it's gonna finally happen. We're gonna see new shit. This is a mistake! Whose idea was this? As Water is Wet, John Locke is real. Stay out the frame! It's actually kind of remarkable that of all the crazy amounts of meta that people have come up with, it took the recent release of that photo that Sid mentioned in the day 27, 28, where like 221B is flooded with water. So after that promo photo came out, people started to, look back at all the different scenes in Sherlock that contained water in them. I feel like the choice of that particular promo photo was kind of like a clue. Just to lead us to this final, deduction. One of my favorite examples of water really starting to make its impression on the series and starting to kind of give the suggestion that John and Sherlock are becoming overwhelmed by their emotions is Scandal in Belgravia. On John's way to meet with Irene Adler and find out that she's actually alive, he drives through really deep puddles and it splashes all over the screen. And Jane! So he goes to Battersea after this kind of climax in the Great Game at a pool where they don't get wet. Scandal in Belgravia is pretty light on John 10. Although, as far as emotional John episodes go, Scandal's one of my favorites. Because he's just, really jealous and pining and tortured and just, cannot talk about it. He's really trying. He's trying! But by the end of the episode, we see John approaching Mycroft to have that conversation about what might we deduce about his heart. And John is drenched. He's in his green jacket, he's got the hair. And Mycroft, infuriatingly, and the reason why Mycroft sucks is that he's got his umbrella. Yeah, that scared my cat. The Iceman, Mycroft's idea of he's frigid, he's just really not, he has this shield against the rain and the emotions. Okay, I know this is unlucky. Mycroft also has his umbrella, all the time, but in A Study in Pink, when John is going to again, another abandoned warehouse filled with puddles. And, okay, in A Study in Pink, the rain is pretty light, although we're only just starting to get this hint of emotion at the very beginning of this love story. They really have no idea the journey that they're about to go on. It's beautiful in a way. And so we have some really interesting instances of water, like the one that is always in the opening credits of Sherlock with the pipette, and it's just this tiny drip of water. The very first shot is God, I think it's the pink lady crying. We kind of see the light tear in her eye. One of the things that should have tipped us much earlier about water is that John has this whole bizarre blog post about how much he loves to take baths and that he likes to light a few candles. And I think this is also said at the time of Scandal in Belgravia, and he's people think it's weird, and people think Sherlock's weird, but I'm fine with it, which is really, he's fine with having emotions, he's fine with the situation he's in where it's kind of stagnant, he likes to, take nice long baths and wallow in his emotions, and a lot of John's arc is about, wallowing in his fucking emotions. Every time I'm I shouldn't swear, I'm but Martin swears, so we're on a wavelength. Simultaneously, there's a lot of water through windows. So, rain is a very common motif for water to come out in the Blind Banker. Although it's not the only instance of water in the Blind Banker, the teapots that Su Lin Yao opens with, I believe. And she's talking about how they need to be handled and touched and constantly used, and she's like pouring the water over them. And I think it's a kind of really beautiful metaphor for the ACD stories, and how, you know, they need to be constantly used and appreciated and loved to really maintain their integrity. They kind of have like these super erotic, I mean, as much as a teapot can be erotic. Pressing the lid and then like the water oozing out, especially at this like really crucial moment in Sherlock's development, where he's kind of just starting to, they're both kind of just starting to realize how important they might grow to be with each other. We also have Sherlock like going to Sulignow's apartment, and he's looking at that phone book, and he's like, do you remember the last time it rained? Oh, and that's really relevant, you know, his ability to feel emotions and how he's kind of locked himself off, you know, all his life. So there's that. And there are these huge bodies of water in the Great Game. The Great Game is actually centered like a lot about, you know, the Thames and shit. But like it's filled with these shots, okay? Like, oh, it's really happening. Like it's really coming. It hasn't even sunk in yet. Like we get it so infrequently. Like I'm gonna die. All kinds of substances to cope with this shit. So like right after John has this moment in Scandal where he gets drenched in rain, we actually see him phone his heart metaphor. This whole show is fucking metaphors. Who do they think they are? You think this is a game? You think this is just a game with my life? It's never been a game. It's never been a game. I can't believe it's happening. John hands over his Irene's phone, and Irene is a mirror for Sherlock. It's kind of like Sherlock's phone, and Sherlock kind of pockets it away, and like he really doesn't want to give Sherlock's heart back. He's just like standing there drenched, and he's filled with his emotions, and he's been so jealous, and he's realized so much over the course of the episode. Meanwhile, Sherlock just had his emotional journey is of course that caring is not an advantage and it's gonna like ruin him, so he's not into it. An ultimate shot of the episode is like Sherlock with the phone, like kind of holding it triumphantly, but like looking out the window, like at the rain as the rain like comes down, and kind of scares him. Actually, also in promo photos still, we kind of see Sherlock in an aquarium, so the emotions are even more overwhelming, but he has this, I mean, he's in a fucking aquarium, so like there's a glass over him shielding him from it, he's like going to like the depths, but he's still like trying to keep this away, but obviously like consequences, oh my god, I can't even think about stories more! I truly can't. I don't know why I signed up to do this video. Probably one of the most vivid instances is the very beginning of Reichenbach, when we kind of start with the frame narrative before the windows are protecting him, because he's kind of, you know, trying to keep himself distanced from all this pain and all this, like, anguish for what he's lost. Doesn't know. He didn't know, you guys. He thought he was dead. And, like, Ella is telling him, like, say that you left him, like, things that you didn't say, like, say them right now so you can, like, get over and get it out. And, like, the rain is pounding, and he's, like, and, like, thunder rumbles, I believe. And he can't. This is too much. Thinking about the show is too much. How am I supposed to? This is awful. There wasn't vodka in that one. But there's vodka in this one! What if I just told you that this is where I blogged all the time? I am so wet. Bath time with TJLC. Shit! The Abominable Bride! So in the Victorian gay fever dream that, you know, confirmed everything. Can you believe we, like, once lived in a world without? Oh my gosh. I could have been sitting like this the whole time! Let's talk tab. That is the most fucking incriminating piece of TJLC evidence. Even Jane likes lemon Oreos. Leave! Leave! You're banished! Confirms everything. Features us. And of course, has the unforgettable finale of Sherlock diving into the Reichenbach into like a giant, enormous, like Niagara Falls level amount of water, because we realize that there's always two of them. There's always two of them. This is so beautiful. It makes me mad. Tumblr is poppin', as usual. Can you imagine what it's gonna be like in only 2 days? I can't even speak about it. Oh. Sherlock is in this state where he's, figuring out everything, kind of coming to terms with the fact that, like, he does love John and that's not a bad thing, and, like, it's, like, John at Reichenbach who can, like, help him and save him, and, like, he throws off the deer stalker, which is, like, the symbol of, his whole academic personas. Stop eating the chicken! And, like, dives headfirst, has this whole huge fight with Moriarty, and it's, like, after this extreme, like, sexual and, John-centric, nightmare slash fantasy, slash, like, multiverse time travel. Puts together that, like, he should dive into his emotions, and that, like, that will lead to his, best life, and, like, is the most romantic thing of all time. So, Series 4 is fucking coming. There is no running from it. I have been so honored to be in fandom with everybody. This has been, like, the most incredible collaborative experience I've ever been a part of, and you guys have been so wonderful. It's, like, such a delight to, witness this amazing, like, piece of art and to, like, be a part of it in our way. And I'm just freaking out with excitement, obviously. Like, oh my god. John Luck is real, and John Luck is happening and coming, and it's gonna be miraculous. We're gonna be so vindicated, and I will see you guys, and I mean, like, before also, but, like, on the premiere day, and on the John Luck kiss, and all the days in between, and all the days after. We're gonna live in a world after John Luck becoming canon. This has been such, like, a fun and positive, like, force and experience, and I can't believe that, like, 3 years ago was when we figured it out. Like, what? What is time? And I, like, still cannot comprehend what's happening, like, not tomorrow, but fucking tomorrow! Oh my god. Like, water is wet. Water is wet. It's just like their emotions, their feelings for each other are so definitive, and they're happening, and, like, they are, like, as true and essential as water. And, like, as obvious, like, and their love is as obvious as water is wet, is, I guess, how we'll say that. Prepare yourselves to get super, excited! Get your hopes up. This is gonna be a crazy ride. I know they always treat us to such, like, an incredible experience. Obviously didn't cover all the instances of water throughout the series, and even just, like, paying attention to when it rains, or of course in the gay pilot when Sherlock splashes himself with his own wine. I mean, wine, true, but, like, oh my god, face just, like, covered in it. Are you okay, honey? One of the most beautiful things about being able to rewatch Sherlock and watch Sherlock and see it on such a, intellectual and artistic level is that, like, if you pay attention, like, every single scene is just, like, so immersive with so much to see and understand. Like, it really isn't, like, any media experience I've ever, like, watched before. Get some sleep, because we're not going to sleep for, like, half the month. Oh my god. John Luck has always been surface level, and I think it has been surface level all along, and, like, all the episodes just, like, really openly about their romantic relationship, and Like, that's amazing, and it's only gotten more overt with each episode. Like, there's no reason to believe that it's not going to continue getting more and more gay each episode. So, I just can't even... We haven't seen, like, any of the show whatsoever. They're gonna, like, make their real faces and do their real conversations. Oh my god. We're gonna see it. Get excited. I love you all. Happy New Year and happy John Locke is gonna be real so soon. Okay. I love you. Bye.
Thank you, Jules, for talking about the topic everyone has been waiting for. And we now have 2 days left until Series 4 comes out. See you tomorrow, guys. You're in for a treat.